Well, good afternoon, everybody. Hope you are having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please go ahead and type the number 1 in the chat box in that comment section. Let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Hey, morning, Jeff. Afternoon, Elsa. Good. There are the ones. All right. Excuse me. We'll tickle in my throat today. Hope it's been a good day for everybody. Hope you had a nice weekend. Hey, morning, Helen. All right. As we go through this morning, keep something in mind that everything we look at is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. Hey, Jim. Good morning. Yeah, I found it humorous. Some others maybe not, but I found it humorous. I don't want to read your post. Let me see if I can get the actual post of it. Let me see. Give me a second here. You got to open on another screen. Oh, actually, let me go ahead and. Yep, I'm here. Kevin, you able to hear me? Sorry, I was looking over at another monitor trying to open up my Facebook. So Jim had typed a comment in about this weekend with me. He saw something on my private Facebook, my personal Facebook. And it said, for those that know, yesterday I got a little crazy. Actually, let me move it over here where I can see a little better. Got a little crazy for me. Thanks for everyone who reached out. First off, I'm okay. I was a bit shaken up, though I'm not going to lie. For those of you that aren't aware, I was robbed at the gas station last night after going out to eat in our own neighborhood. I called the police. They were quick to respond and calm me down because my blood pressure went through the roof, of all things, right? All my money is gone, though. The police asked me if I knew who did it, and I told them, yes, it was pump number 2. I had a lot of interesting comments on there, a lot of private messages. Pastor of our church called me after he saw it on a Sunday, no less. Calls me like, "You all right? You all right?" Yeah, all is good, right? All is good. But that's how it feels, guys. At $1.80, $4.89. I would kill for $1.89. At $4.89 a gallon, $4.95 a gallon. And I know we're not the highest, right? But it was. Yeah, Robert, I saw you had commented on it or liked it or something. Yeah, Robert said, sorry you got robbed. Must be a pandemic with being robbed at the gas station store. I was going to say how awful, but that is funny. Yeah, we started a meeting off today, and one of the team members in our meeting, Stan, had said, "Hey, Rob, just I want to know what happened over the weekend with you. What's going on?" And I said, "Stan, you just didn't read it enough." And I brought it up on the screen. And he's like, "Oh, all right, I get it. It's just, I had there's like 4 shares on. I didn't come up with it. Somebody else did. A good friend of mine had it. I told him, awesome. I love this. I'm stealing it. Y'all are welcome to steal it if you want. That's fine. I stole his emojis and everything. I didn't even bother doing anything. I changed where he's from, which is in Texas, Waco, actually, was where this guy is from. And I put it to mine, to where we are. Just wait till you fill up the boat on the water. Yeah, no kidding, Robert. At $5.50, almost $6 a gallon by us for gas on the water. So I got you. Yeah. Nah, you're good, Jim. You're good. I got through the screen here. We're okay with that. That's fine. Appreciate it though. Hey, Brenda. So a couple things, guys. I've got a new screen here. I want to get some feedback from you. We're going to break out to a different screen. Everything that's on this page, we're kind of breaking out starting here with market mornings, which is Monday through Friday, power hour, which of course you're all here at noon, and then Trading Coaches Playbook, which is on Fridays at noon. And this is the page where I will tell you, like tomorrow, I don't know if I'm teaching market mornings or not. I have still not gotten a message from my daughter. She graduates with her master's tomorrow, her teaching degree, but in math, her master's in it. She graduates tomorrow, and the college is really being dumb with how they're doing things. They're making us come in the morning to get a bracelet that allows us to come in because of COVID. We've got to prove our vaccine status. And then we got to come back for the afternoon. So I don't know. Right now it's scheduled at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know if my daughter's able to get around that. She's going to, call them today and say, listen, my dad can't make it. I want to bring in his ID and his vax card. Is that okay? As long as they say yes, then I'm good to go, and I'll be teaching tomorrow. But otherwise, I don't know. So this is the page I kind of tell you about things like that. Like next Monday is a holiday. There will be no power out, right? Then we know anything on next Monday because the market is closed, right? We're closed when the market's closed. Congrats. Appreciate all that. Thank you. Brenda, thank you. Yeah, it was my father-in-law that passed away. Rosaria's dad was 91 years old. He's been dealing with some stuff for about 10 years, but really bad in the last 2 years. So we were at the hospital, and he's just a stubborn mule. He hung on, and 20 minutes after we left, he passed. So, but thank you for the prayers. So many of you that sent messages and texts and just calls and all of that stuff. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Many of the people in the inner circle who have my phone number had reached out. So I greatly appreciate it. Yes, thank you. He's in a better place. Yeah, Robert, no kidding. All right. And then guys, everything else this week, we got Trading You coming up on the 25th, Monster Market Movers, which is this week. I'm teaching on the 26th, Mastering the Trade, which is for those that are in the power option plays mastermind group. We just did our inner circle last week. The next one coming up in June will be a full day. Brandon's teaching that. It's on full day. It's 4 hours on Friday, 4 hours on Saturday. And then power option plays, covered call, E-mini are on schedule this week. But remember, next week, Monday, we're closed. So it means no E-mini on Monday of next week. All right. And there's our follow us page. Make sure you are following along for all the latest and greatest. Amy did drop a link in there to Monster Market Movers. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right. So make sure you're tracking along, guys, with the latest stuff that we do. All right. So one of the problems I run into all the time, when it comes to trading is timing of getting in the market. And we're going to talk about that in just a little while. Okay. We're going to get into the timing component of the market as to the why. Bear with me a few moments and we'll get there. In the meantime, come on. Here, go ahead and drop in the trades that you guys did today. Let me see what trades have gone off so far today from you. Very interested to check that out. Here we've got the ones from Amelia. Many of you know Amelia is our head trader. She will still be around doing some of the same types of things like this day in and day out, trading with our students. So here's from today. Now you'll notice right out of the box, you can see 13 contracts. That's the first thing I look at. I don't need to go too far to know what she did here. This was normally a directional trade on the SPY or the Qs. So at 9:34, call it 35 this morning, she bought 13 contracts of the 395 puts at 407. She sold them with a trailing stop. She got out of them at 443. So she had a trailing stop on there, 407, 17, 27, 37. That's 36 cents of profit on that trade in, call it 35 to 38, 4 minutes, about 4 minutes, under 4 minutes of time, right? Well, if she made 35 cents per contract, one contract, $35, 10 contracts, $350, another 3 more, that's about another $100. So about $450 today in 4 minutes. How many of you would be okay with $400 in 4 minutes? Give me a one for yes, if you'd be okay with $400 in 4 minutes. Go Amelia. That's it, Brenda. All for it. I am all for it, right? Rock on like Donkey Kong. But she doesn't stop, guys. Never does. Right, then here is a debit spread that she did. Actually, it was a credit spread. Credit spread? Yep, she did credit spread on it. So she did now you'll see 3 contracts. That's her norm. for what she does here. So it was a vertical spread, and she entered into this 90.91 call spread for 34 cents. Isn't it amazing that you can pick up 34 cents for an option that expires this week that's out of the money on a $1 increment? Well, that was at 9:36 this morning. We'll call it 9:56 because I don't want to do the math. We'll call that 20 minutes, right? In 20 minutes, she got out of that trade for 12 cents. So what is that, 22 cents? So she kept 22 cents in 12 minutes on this trade. Folks, there is so much value in selling positions. It's what we do in market mornings. If you don't, if you haven't attended that show yet, we do it every trading day, right? At 8:30 to 9 a.m. Eastern time. And we shoot for 9 a.m. Sometimes it's 5 minutes before, sometimes it's 10 minutes after. But we're right about 9 a.m. is when we finish up. And the goal of that is to go through what's going on in the market, looking at newsy type candidates. And a big part of what we do is spreads, right? I am a big fan of spreads now, especially on news candidates, right? But here's another example of, was it a home run? No, but I'm not looking to hit home runs. I want to get on base a lot. I mean, a lot. I would rather do that than swing for the fence, because when you swing for the fence, you're going to have more strikeouts, right? And I don't want the strikeouts. Yeah, go home, Amelia. Yeah, SPY would expire today. Yes, Brenda. Absolutely. Brenda said, no trades for me yet. I feel like I'm watching my toenails grow from the very low volume. I get it. Good, Robert. Okay. Yep. Okay. Excellent. 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 So guys, we had from today's show was Avago. VMware is buying out Avago. I'm sorry. Avago is looking to buy VMware. It's not official. It's the talks, right? So VMware, is up nicely on that news. AVGO is down on that news. Now, it had a nice recovery. It had a 50% gap fill, not a norm gap fill for them, but it had a 50% gap fill and it's rolled back over. So we did a bear call spread on this. It was the 552.5, 550s. Yes, they're 500. So they're big dollar stock, right? Let me see. I just had to open the option chain up and get it loaded. So 552.5, 50, right? We were able to pick $1 up for that this morning. And right now, 290, 415. We're underwater a little bit. So about 25 cents. Hold on, I got the right numbers. Here we go. 40 by 90. I didn't think we were under 40 by 9. Let's call it 40 by 90. 50 cents is what we could get out of this trade for right now. We got into it for $1. So we would be up 50 cents if we exited the position at this point. So it was a nice little trade setup. SPY is always an opportunity. I'm a huge fan of SPY, tremendous fan of that, right? So if we go but I like SPY on pivots, right? So let me see, there's a correction here. If you see that C, right there, that C is just a correction you got to fix. There's some bad tick in there. It could be 1 penny. It could be one more share or one less share traded. So you want to trade it. You want to look in there. So we weren't doing much. We gapped up and we just kind of went sideways, a couple of candles. We popped out and we failed, right? We never got the retest and the bounce. Right. And the solid lines are the pivots, the dotted lines are the midpoints. Okay. And we failed off of that. Right. We came down, closed near it. We retested. There was but again, midpoint. Right. So we pushed up on this candle. You got to retest and a bounce. If you took that bounce off of the 393.25, you ran up to 396.25. So about $3 move from 10:30 till 11:20. So 50 minutes overall. Nice. I did not pick it up today. I missed the entry this morning, so I did not get a chance to take that. I was just finishing up with the call. So did not a meeting. So I did not get a chance to pick that one up, but so be it Mondays. Good. Jim said SPY bought call, still in them, up around 19%. Good job. Really good job. I like it. Like it a lot. All right, let's see what we got going on. Let me bring this down. Let's go back into here. And I want to talk about market timing. So there's so many things behind this. I could spend 2 hours just talking on this topic without taking a breath. I mean, just straight through. It is a critical component of success in the market. It is key to getting it right. And I don't know if you guys saw, we finally got our new Power Hour shirt done, right? There's that hammer right in the middle there, right? My Thor hammer, okay? If you want to be smacking that hammer and hitting really good trades, and they don't have to be home runs. You know, to me, we bang the hammer at $1,000, right? That's a great number, right? But it's not a home run to me. Home run would be a little bit bigger than that. But it's a really good solid single, double, maybe even triple for some. Right? It could be a home run for some. I'm not trying to downplay it at all. But timing plays a huge, huge component in that. When are you getting into that trade and what is it you're basing it off of? Are you looking at the support and resistance levels? If you're trading along with Brandon, are you looking at his zones that he focuses on? Does timing play anything into it? As an example, how much trading you're doing at noon, right? I don't do a whole lot of trading at noon. All of these components add into it. Bottom line is, when I look at a setup, that's going on right now, whoever that company may be, right? Here, let me just go here for a second. Let's grab a sheet. All right, so ceiling fan on, everything's blown all over the place. Let's see. I'm going to go back to pop. And I don't want to find anybody that's kind of flat. So let's look at Goldman Sachs. All right. So Goldman Sachs. Let's go in and take a look here at Goldman first. So Goldman Sachs had a bearish bias on it. We closed on Friday in our blue zone, that 302.72 to 300 level. It's a blue zone, okay? It's an area of health, right? Stronger level, if you would, with confluence there. Today, whatever the news was, we blew up through the 8, we blew up through the 21, and we opened up today, opening price 321.14, right? Now, the key for me is the 314.48 level. Okay. So let's go back to the intraday chart. And let's snap a line. Wow, I got pretty darn close. 314.47. Okay, you can hardly see it move. All right. So we're looking at that 314.47. Notice we pushed above and we failed. Right. And that's the concern. That right there this morning shook out a lot of looky-loos that entered in this trade and went, ooh, it just pulled back. It's time to run, and got out of that trade. For me, I'm sitting back in position 1 in the chair. I'm back here, not trading on it at this point, watching what's going on. Right. And what happened? Let me find where I've got my drawing tools. So there was the push up. There was the fail. All right. Very typical. Here we pushed up. We had the wick hit. We closed above. We retested, broke back below even, and we bounced. There was an opportunity as a bounce off of that 314.5, maybe 315, 315.5, somewhere between where it broke above and up here, maybe $1 or so, within $1 or so above that, right? And from that, let's just make it real easy and call it 316, just easy math, all right? From 316, right now it's at 321. So we're talking about $5 move on Goldman Sachs. See, timing is critical when you look at that. Now, the entry of this came in at 1025, right? So when we look at the setup is important. The setup is uber, ultra important. You've got to have the right setup. But there's an expression that I use all the time. That expression is look left, right? Now, we've got a fib line that's snapped right there at that 314.48, right? We snapped that line in there. And again, very important level. But there's other things for me that are look left. From where I'm sitting right now, and I think for you it looks like it's the opposite, but from where I'm sitting right now, to my left, over here, to my left on that wall is a trading clock. And that trading clock is something that I will glance at every time I go to place that trade to help me understand what position that stock is in as far as the market goes. Why am I not seeing this come up? Okay, I don't know why I did that. Right? So this is the, I thought I had a picture of it there. Let me see. Oh, I know, I have it here. That's something. Right? So this is the trading clock. Guys, easiest way to see it. Do I have the page open? I might. All right, so right here. Okay? Right here. Easiest way to see it. So what happens at 10:25? Okay? What's going on there? Well, you can see yellow zones, and maybe a little hard to see. 950 to 1010 is the first yellow zone. Second one is 1025 to 1030. Right? So at that point, I've really got to be cautious. Don't take the trade, but I really got to be cautious of make sure the entry is right. Make sure everything, the stars are all aligning. Don't take a chance that they're all the way out this far apart. Make sure they're all aligning before I look to take that trade. Because if you take it in the wrong position, there's an easy opportunity to get whipsawed. Once you get beyond that number 2 that's up here, right? Once you get beyond that number 2, which is that 10:25 to 10:30 time frame, you've got no more yellows until you get into the pre-market, the pre-lunch time, and then at the end of the day, right? And then you can see where the reds are, the very beginning of the day and the lunchtime, that 12 to 2, 2:15-ish time period. Again, critical importance is understanding the things that happen in there. The yellow zones don't mean they're bad places. The yellow zones tend to be, in many cases, reversal zones. So number one, the first was zone. The first reversal zone comes in between 950 and 1010. So let's go look at Goldman Sachs. Let's go find 950, which is going to be right here. So that means that candle closed at 950, right? That 955 closed at 950. So that means from this 955, that's 51 to 55, 51, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 minutes in that candle. Right? And that happens until 10:10. So we're looking for the closing candle at 10:10. So where is that? That identifies, marks out as, shows up as right here. Right? That's 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. Okay, so here is 55. This is 10, 10:05, 10:10. Okay? Between there is our blue zone, right? Or our, not blue zone. It is our yellow zone that we just looked at. Okay. So here we go, 955, closing at 10:10. Remember that 955, guys, that is the closing price of the candle 5 minutes later, which means it started at 950. And what happened in that candle? It pulled back. Who had asked for it? Roman had said Netflix, right? So let's go look at Netflix. We're looking at 55. Right? So we had opened up down a little bit. We kind of went sideways, and there's the pullback, right? So if we find that 955 candle, and I don't know if I'm right or not timing, I'm just going to fix it up. There's 955. That's 1020. That's too much. Right in there. What happened? We got a reversal point. We were going sideways, and we got a big drop off. Right, we got a reversal point from there. And then what happened? We get into a green zone and Netflix picks up. And guys, listen, you can easily do this. You can easily do this by taking a screenshot of that, taping it on your wall, and then having a look at a clock anyway to see what time it is, or the clock on your computer. You read it wrong. You made a mistake. You grabbed the wrong time in there. When the hands are in the right place and it shows this is the time right now, it's 10:02 or 9:35 or 3:24, I know based on what those hands are, exactly what time it is and exactly what zone I'm in. So I am not stressing over, do I take this trade or not? I know looking clear at this that it is. So when I talk look left, for me, it has a whole different meaning to it. Yes, look at the chart to the left of what's happening today or in this current candle and see what's happened prior. But for me, it's also look left at my clock and it's on the wall up there, guys. You know, no fussing around there, right? No anything. Right? Watch. Just trying to take a picture of it. There it is. Right? That's the clock hanging on the wall. Okay. And you can see it shows 12:26, 7, whatever that is, 12:26. Okay. You can see it right in there. I just took this picture. It wasn't like I did this before, or I knew exactly this time right now I was going to be sharing this with you guys. Right. And you see the one in the office that's right behind me, which is a little bit of a hassle to have to turn around. We used to have it in a different spot in the office. So I'm going to hang another one on the office that will also be a look left. It'll be, so when I'm looking at the screen, when I teach, that would be over to my left again is where the depth of my office goes. And on that last wall, that back wall is where we're going to put another one up there, right? So I can easily see it. So I am not pulling my hair out. I'm not pulling my hair out trying to see this, meaning I got to spin 180 degrees from where I'm trading. It's too much work. This is a lot easier for me to do, right? Yeah, Trader Wilson, I love my clock. It's just above my leftmost monitor. And I thought about putting it here. We've had a clock there since we built the office. So that's why it wound up here. But for me to look up there, I would have to look here to see the clock. And it's hard. It's hard. So I've actually contemplated putting either 2 more monitors on the wall there, or I've got a 42-inch TV that I was thinking about putting up there as a monitor. And then I could teach when I stand and trade when I stand instead of having to be sitting down. Yeah, just above the guns. Exactly, Will. Kevin said, I'm on the website. Where can I order the clock? So Kevin, if you go to the members area and you see that right here in the banner, click on it. It'll take you to this page. And here's the most important thing, guys. You're going to see some messages come out about this over the next week or so. This is our Memorial Day special that we're doing. And I wanted to get it out there today and not wait until Monday, but you'll get some emails on it. But we dropped the price of the clock, $10. Never done before. We sold these for $69. We have sold hundreds of them at $69. Okay. I even found a better shipping method to use. So we were able to drop the shipping price down about $6, $6 or $7. We were able to drop the shipping price. Amy will drop the link in there for the clock, but it's $59 for the clock, guys, plus the shipping. So you should be good to go. My team got all this set up. Brenda, the clock runs on a regular AA battery, right? It's pretty easy. It's pretty straightforward stuff. It's fairly quiet. I don't really hear anything with it. Some of the older models made a little bit more noise. These are that very smooth run and no tick, no ticking on it. I don't hear any tick, 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 which was the clock that I had up there prior. But guys, so I look at this, I look at the clock, right? I look at that zone, those zones on the clock, and it's like a 7 or 8 page document I put together on using the clock in your trading. But I want to check my timing on there and make sure that how many times I can't tell you that I'm getting ready to hit enter and I look over and go, oh, wow, it's like 11:45. No, stop. Don't do that. Right. Had it not been for the clock, it definitely saved my bacon. I would have been dead in water on that. I hate getting into trades at that time. Right. So we go back to Goldman Sachs. Let's try that again. Goldman Sachs. We get back to Goldman Sachs, and what happened? We had the pullback, we got the bounce, right? We broke through, we retested. That retest came at 10:25. Well, if I look at the clock, 10:25, right? We are right there. See, where's the pullback time, right? 10:25 to 10:30 is the reversal time. All right. So we had the pullback. take place in there. And we get up here, we get a nice bounce, the retest, a breakout rather, retest, bounce, and there we go. And now, are you going to get it exactly 1020 to 1025? You're not going to see that. It's not an exact, the exact thing over and over and over again. It doesn't work that way. All right. It doesn't. It's going to be close. It's never going to be 100%. Okay. But excuse me, this right here helps me. And now I say, all right, I'm in the right zone. I'm good to go. It reminds me to be very cautious on that first 5 minutes of the market with that red zone that's in there, because you can easily get whipped, which is why in market mornings we go for spreads. Please take advantage of me and pay me too much, like they did on Avago. And someone had asked, I didn't see who it was. Let me go back and see that real quick. Raj had asked on Avago, I'm not Avago, ABBV. Yeah, so it was AVGO. Is who we did, Raj. Avago, AVGO. I'm not sure what ABBV was. Did I bring that up, or did somebody else bring it up? Or, Robert said trading clock with no tick. Yeah, exactly. No tick. No tick. It does have a second hand on it, but not really what I use. I'm never going to get it timed that close. Listen, it is a wall clock, right? The thought that it holds the exact time. I catch TradeStation regularly off on their time. So when we go back and look at timing, guys, that's a big part of it. So someone had asked on, who was that? Let's do the SPY. Brendan had said SPY. Okay, so let's go look at SPY. All right, so what are we looking at from a timing issue, right? We're looking at 1025 to 1030. Okay, you're looking at the second one, the first one is 950 to 1010. Okay, so if we go and identify 950 to 1010, remember, you're also talking about the least volatile stock. This has a beta of 1. 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, 55. I think it's here. Let's see. So 955, that means that's the start of the 951 candle, closes at 955. And here is the close of the 1010 candle. So we gapped up, kind of sideways, quick little move up, and there's the pullback. And Brenda, what does it do? It bounces off of the 8 and rocks on from there. All right. So, all right. So Brenda said, do the Qs. Was really the last one. No S here. Q. Do the Qs using the clock. All right. So first thing is, again, we're looking for what? Got to make sure you got it, guys. Right. You're looking for 950 to 1010. And here's the thing. I don't even need to remember the zone. I just need to know there's yellow there. And I could see that when I look up where the hand is. As long as the hand's in there, I know that caution, right? So 950 to 1010, right? So let's go identify the first one. 540. There's our 1010. There's 955. Remember, that's just the end of the candle. So look, Brenda, what happened? We had a good move up. There's the pullback. There's the bounce. Whether you're looking for horizontal line, right? If we go to Qs, $78 to 100, so 22 points. All right, we need a fib in there, so we're going to add a negative 809 inside. All right, so look at the fib line in there, 288.81, 288.81. All right, so let's go draw that on Qs. I just drop it anywhere. I don't worry about where it winds up. Double click on it. 288.81, I believe. Yes. Okay. So Brenda, we came in, we bounced, and we came off here. Look at what that yellow zone did for me, right? If I waited, I got to close above a retest, right? So I got to close above a retest and a bounce. So your entry in that is 289.5, let's call it. And right now it's at 292.5. So $3 move from that bounce. All of this using market timing. But notice what I did here. And you don't see me talk a lot about this, folks. You don't. I don't get a lot into the clock because it's not something that most people use. And even having pictures of it, I had pictures for years. They didn't help me. Right to my left, there is a push pin board, right? I've got pictures of my family on it, my motivational stuff, my calendar, right? My, very important things like some of my fishing gear are up there, right? It's a great fluke rig right there. I caught a massive fluke with that, which is why it's up there, right? Right here, I had that picture hanging. Didn't help me, right? Because I had to think too hard. And you all know when you're in the middle of getting ready to place a trade, right? You're in that mode and you're trying to hit enter and you're focused and you're looking and you're trying to think about what you're doing. I got the right stock. Is it in the right place? Is it bouncing off of the right level? I'm checking the option, open interest, intrinsic greater than time, enough time that I'm going to buy depending on a swing trade versus a day trade. And now I have to start comparing a picture of a clock and looking at what time it is actually, and then go back to the clock and see where that zone is and read the numbers because there's not a hand in there. It didn't work, which is why I created this clock. This didn't come from somebody else. I created this clock. This is our clock, Wealth Builder clock, right? So I've seen others use things similar to it, but I built this clock out for me. I didn't really build it for everybody else. I built it out. I paid $150 for a sample of it or something like that. And that's the one that hangs in my office still to this day, right? So when you're trying to do 10 different things all at once, it's too much in my head. It's too many chances of making another mistake, which I'm really trying to avoid as a trader, right? Good point, Robert. I want the clock. Get it to me quick, Rob. So here's the thing, guys. We have whatever it is, 150 of them in the office, whatever it was. We were going to put them on Amazon for Christmas, never got around to it. I don't know if I'm going to do another order. I'm certainly not doing one anytime soon. So if these do go over the next 2 weeks, it'll be the end of it for now. If you're interested, you're not going to get it at this price. Take advantage of it. If you don't want it, that's okay. It's cool. Can you still do this the way I showed you? Yeah. Go take a dang picture of the clock right there. Here's green, yellow, red. You can stick it on the board. It's at least something to work with. You need something, right? And for me, I'm very much about tools. My wife knows it. I have zero issues with what I spend on my tools personally and I'm not just talking about trading, for anything that I do. I love it when, something new, right? I'm doing a new thing. It needs tools, right? Yes, it needs tools. Okay. So whatever those tools are, and I don't do the Harbor Freight stuff, right? I buy quality tools. Everything I buy is quality. When it comes to woodworking, it's Powermatic, it's Jet, one Delta item in the shop. That's it. Festool, DeWalt. I mean, I'm Makita. I am a big quality person, right? It's just, I won't buy a junk screwdriver. I mean, my wife went ballistic when she saw a box. She opens it up and it's got 3 chisels inside, 3 wood chisels, and it was $300 for 3 wood chisels, right? I will spend the money on the tool because I know what it's going to do for me down the road, right? Again, if you can't afford it or don't want it or don't have the room for it, you trade in a cardboard box or on your dining room table, that's okay. You can use it this way. It's at least something to get started with along the way. Yeah, Roman said it reminds me Rob's rules and helps me to trade. Yeah. Brendan said, so if I take a snapshot, do I still need the clock? So here's the thing, Brendan. You can take the snapshot. The difference is there's no hands on it. Nothing's moving, right? You want that to where you've got it's a clock and it's actually moving. So now you just look at the hands Like Will said, if you could hang it above your trading system, it's right there. If I only had one monitor or one level of monitors, my clock would be hung. Here's the top of my monitor. That's the height right there. My clock would be hung here. I think you could see that, maybe 10 or 12 inches above. I mean, it would be very easy for me to see where it's at, right? Right. Just lifting the eyes up and down, right? So this would be someone saying, yeah, I can't afford the clock. Don't have the space for the clock. Take a picture. It's better than nothing, but you're going to still miss and mess up some trades doing it manually. It's just, and listen, guys, I'm not worried about selling them. I didn't spend the money on 150 clocks thinking they weren't going to sell. I'm not worried about that. And it's about 150, something like that. I'm not worried about that, right? At all. They're going to sell. I'm not concerned with it. So don't fear it if it's, if you're saying it's not for you. All right. So I said, thanks for explaining how the clock works and how to use it. I'll be calling to get one after class, and you can just click on the link and get it as well, but you can call Lee and he'll take care of you. On TradeStation, you can put spaces on the right. You can put boxes on the screens. Those minutes before it happens, you'll remember the boxes on the screens. Yep, you can. You can do so many different things, Jim, right? There's so many ways to get around this. When I was with a company that I taught for many, many, many years, which many of you know me from, we had a tool that we offered over there, and it was a pricey tool, right? But it laid everything out for you in one place. And I remember how many people would go home and say, nope, I'm going to do it without and on my own. And, I can get it done. And you can. There was everything that was there, not everything, but many things that were there, you could find somewhere for free, whether it's earnings or news or whatever it was, you could find it for free. And I remember this one woman, Candy, down in Texas. I go back to teach there, and it's 7:30 in the morning. We start at 8 o'clock. And I see her at the back table, and she's got a credit card out. And I went over and I said, hi, I got my hug. And I said, what are you doing? She goes, oh yeah, I picked up the tool. You were right. I was spending 3 and 4 hours a day just finding stuff that you could have done in minutes without it. Right. So no different. Right. Yeah, right. Just like exactly, Rob. My wife looked at me about those chisels, like when I came home with all the VHS tapes. You're right. Yeah, Robert, that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. So guys, the timing, look, we went through 3 or 4 different stocks, right? You're seeing the same type of pattern. Take this and transpose it out into the rest of the day, and you're seeing the exact same thing, right? If you have an interest in it, Amy, can you drop that link in? And maybe you did, I can't tell because of how many questions have come through, but can you drop in the link for the clock? But guys, you want to look at this timing and watch. When we talk market timing, everything I teach under the norm, and until this offer for the clock is over, after that, you're not going to hear me talk about clock anymore. It's not the norm of how I teach. I'm teaching what everybody can see, not what some of you can see, right? Unless I'm inside of an inner circle or a mastermind or a pop or using rules and things that are associated there, right? But look at these timings. Go back and do a test. For these lousy 4 candles, go back and do a test on your stocks and see what happens at different times of the day with these zones, right? And see what takes place in there, right? Brenda said, what's the number to call? It's 833 Wealth 8, I believe, right? 833 Wealth 8. Amy, is that right? Can you check that for me? I think it's 833 Wealth, WEALTH 8. I think so, right? Or just, again, Brenda, you could do it easily from the link on the page too. Thanks, Charles. I appreciate the condolences. Thank you. Yep. Yeah, Will said the cycle was one of the neatest things I learned. Good. Excellent. All right. Fantastic. All right. What stocks do you want me to look at? Drop them in. This is the opportunity for me to check out those trades. We still got a few minutes left. Let's go do that. Trader Will is asking, wow, Will, you're hitting up the big guns, huh? Wally World first, which is Walmart, for those of you that don't know that terminology, right? Ho! Somebody say ho. I'm like, what? The roof is on fire, guys. Come on, pick it up. Let's see. We're going to back that puppy off to there. So, Will, my first inclination was to draw from here. That's the first thing I saw. Right? But we completely violated everything here. -1. Heck, we violated the -618 on the open, not on the close, on the open of that next day. We violated it, right? So this could be considered just a sideways move because of that gap and drop in there, right? But somebody knew something before it happened. If we look from down here, we're okay. I don't really have a pull up to the 8 in there. I mean, up to the 236. Yeah, so we need Fibbits in here. So we're gonna need the -136 and the 118. Oh, I remember. Oh, it's all about the earnings report. Absolutely. But I'm saying right here, that day, that, end of day there on the 16th, right? That end of day almost looked like somebody knew something. All right. So let's scrunch it down. We're up a little bit today, Will, right? I'm not interested in anything bullish on this right now. You can't get me to go bullish on it. It's just not what I want to do yet, right? If we got to close here, Will, and a retest of the Fibit and the bounce, right, which is that 122.40, right? We're looking at 127.50 is the next target up there. All right. So that's Matt. If we break that 122.40, I'm looking at 111 as the downside. So that's the first one we'll put in. And then Target was the next. Will's trying to clean up. He's trying to clean someone's block. Let's see. I don't have a bounce yet, Will. I got nothing in here as a bounce. We're still negative as far as our bias goes. So that's not a problem. But there's just not enough in here. And even if I could draw from here, we'd be well violated past that. Let's see. Let me pull that out a little. Let's see how well this still holds. 26, 17 points. All right, so these are good. We don't need another Fibit in there. So we're just in the middle of nowhere on it, Will. I mean, just nothing there. I don't see any clear and concise entry, any compelling reason for me to want to take anything from this at this point. A pull back to the 160 and a drop would be what I would be looking for. Hope that helps. Brenda asked for the Qs. Yeah, the CVC is the security code, Brenda. So Q. Ooh. Let me see something here. So we closed below the -618. So I think I think it's time. We'll pull this back. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to start from this swing high right in here. We're actually going to start here. Come down. This is all sideways. This is a drop. This is all sideways until we get that bounce in there. So we're going to come off of that bottom right there. Kevin, I don't think she's able to see that. All right. So as we're looking at Qs, let's see, 309 to 324. That's 15 points. We don't need Fibbits in there. 93, that's 03, 16 points. We don't need a Fibbit in there. Okay. So right now, Brenda, that 293.43 is resistance, right? The -272. So we close up here and fail. You're looking at 287 as our next target. Not a big move, but decent, right? And if we break there, 273.13, we're good. Yeah, 273 being the next target. Nice, very nice. Let me go back to moving averages. Okay, perfect. All right, so Raj is asking for ABBV. All right, so we had this run up and this pull back in there. So ABBV we need to redraw, right? Same high. All right, we're in a bearish bias. Not quite true, but we're close. We keep pushing a little bit down. The 21 is going to cross the 55. We'll be in a true bear. So Raj, for me, well, let me see. 40 to 48 is 8 points. We don't need a Fibonacci there, but we're going to need one down here. Right? So break that 148.42 level, close below it, maybe 148, 139, 147 and a half, somewhere around there. And I'll be tickled pink if with the retest of the 148 and a drop. And that drop takes us to about 140. And not getting out of 140. 141, 141 and a half, 142. Somewhere above that 139.93 level would be your exit. I hope that helps. Raj also asked for Twitter. Let's see what this whole fib looks like. All right, fib is good still. Nothing wrong with the fib, baby. Shoot. All right. 33 to 51 to 41. 8. We got to put in a negative 136 and a 118. Well, I like that a lot. So there's a lot of news around it, Raj. So you got to be careful, right? All of this, these fake accounts. Guys, listen, when I was many years ago when I did some internet marketing stuff, there were ways that you could use Twitter and Facebook and all of these social platforms with fake accounts. And I remember people selling 100 fake Twitter accounts you could buy for 20 bucks, right? Someone had software that just created accounts. They'd send you the user ID and the password, tell you by all means, go change the user ID and password on all of them if you want, no problem. And you had access to all of those accounts and you could add them as followers and you could do other crazy stuff with it as well, right? So they're finding some of that out now to go, oh goodness, it really did happen. We really do have all these fake accounts. So I know with Twitter, someone help me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure it's a $1 billion with a B, $1 billion breakup fee if they choose to change their mind and not buy it. It's a $1 billion breakup fee. So he may come back and ask for a better price. I don't know. We'll see, but that's pretty interesting. So if you break the 37.28 retest and fail, 33.5 is where you're going. You just got to be careful, Raj, because of that news. If they come back out and say, yeah, the news is fake, or, yep, we definitely are going to buy them, they're going back up to the $54, $55 where they belong. So just a little caution there. Robert, were you asking for KR for Kroger? Earnings are still out beyond our blue bar, which is good. They came down to the 764 retest and then bounced. That is a perfect Fibonacci 4-step. I talk about those in monster market movers, right? Boom, retest, bounce. Right, close below, push above, retest, bounce. Fib 4-step. Okay. So Robert, we're looking at resistance right above head. I'd love to see this hit the 50.5 and roll back over again. We already know it makes it to 48. So not big, but it is retail. Good, Brendan. Good. Roman's asking for Amazon. So I was going to say, oh, let me go take a look at the pop list and see what Amazon came up as yesterday. I know what it came up as yesterday, just like everybody else. Day trade, right? So Roman, how tempting, right? As we start to see the stock rolling off of the 8 moving average and headed back down, how tempting, but with that pivot right below, tight, very tight. Close below the 2117, retest and fail. And you're looking at 1976 as the downside target. You got to get to the office for that, Brenda. Send an email. So Trader will ABBV is a Head and Shoulders. Let's see that. I don't know. Well, not really. You know, Head and Shoulder. I like a little more uniformity. So, you know, shoulder, head, shoulder, right? And you could do it with V, right? Shoulder, head, shoulder. You know, some kind of uniformity. If that's the head, which what I want that to be, that's hard to call a shoulder here. This, yeah, I could do that. Even that really hurts it, right? So a little bit tougher. Trader Will said, split 2 weeks away. Any concern with Amazon? So yes, the concern is they've gone too low. That's the concern. And that's what I thought, and I said it, they made a huge mistake going 20 for 1. This is about world domination from the Google people and the Amazon people. That's all it is. Because they're going to own so many shares internally, they'll have much greater voting rights than anybody else will. So with the split just a couple of weeks away, it's a 20 for 1. Where is it? I know the answer, but watch. 2114 divided by 20, $100 share of stock on what was a $3,500 share stock. So you're going to lose a lot of the momentum behind it. Now, if Amazon goes $125 a day, which is about what it moves per day. So if we take 125 divided by 20, it means Amazon's going to move $6 a day. Now, not bad. I'm not disputing that, you know, hey, that's not a bad number, right? But I'll tell you what, Roku moves on average of $9.50 a day, and they are a $90 stock. Square, right, moves about $10 a day as an $83 stock. So Amazon, who's going to move $6 a day, I like it. Much better than Apple. What happened with that? Oh, that's not Apple. That'd be really bad if that was Apple. Apple moves $6 a day, right? Apple went from this massive stock down to this huge blue chip company now, and they're no longer a trader's dream. Are there trades on them? Absolutely. Are there the big moves? No, they're kind of chugging along, doing their thing, right? All right, let's see. Can we look at Nvidia earnings this week? Yes. Was it the 25th, I think, right? 25th. So that comes up on our tracking sheet as earnings, right? Look what we're looking at here. Look what we're looking at. Good, Rob. So we pushed down on Friday. Let's see, 44 to 69, 25 points. We don't need a pivot. So we pushed down Friday. We come back up to retest. Tomorrow's 24th. If we can get the close here, retest at 169 and fail, you're looking at 13 points on average for a drop. So 69, 59, 56. So down to about 156. So about 160 or so, I'd set my first target, tighten up my stop, let the rest run, let the trailing stop take me out, right? But I want to be out of this trade before the announcement. That's the for sure. So I hope that helps, Kevin. Home Depot. Yes. Home Depot, Robert. They definitely have some moves to them. You could track my spending patterns by watching the stock of Home Depot. Right. So we pushed up and we failed right off of that 289 level today. What an ideal, optimal entry point. If we go back, we're pretty much wrapping it up here, but if we go back, look, we get rid of today. We go to an F2. Escape there. Let's get rid of that big stuff on the left. Right? So look at what happened yesterday, Friday. We closed, right, down here. We closed, but we have our Fibonacci level, the black line right here, this horizontal line, and the pink moving average, the 8, have a confluence. Today, what happened? Today, we gapped up from down here's close all the way to here. We stretched up and we failed. Folks, that was the opportunity. That was the look left. That's the key setup that you're looking for. I did not trade Home Depot today, right? Let me go back to an F5, get where I can actually see numbers. Watch, 289.17, okay? 289.17. Let's see what happens there on Home Depot. $289.17. We pushed up, we failed all within the first 5 minutes, so I need this to go to a 1-minute chart to be able to break it down. So we failed, we came back up, we tested it, we closed, we retested it, and we failed. So there's the entry off of that candle right there. And I'm nice and tight that if I'm wrong, just on the other side is where my exit would be. Okay? So ideal setup right here, right? Right here, ideal setup. I love it. Trader Will said the bid ask was wide, and I didn't check it. I didn't see it. So that's good to know. How big was it, Will? How big was the bid ask spread? Yeah, Will didn't trade it. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I didn't either. If we're looking right now at a 65 delta, you're looking at 40 cents of spread. Not a whole lot of open interest though on the front week. Probably have to go out. So, yeah, look at so much stuff. Exactly. I can't remember the stuff I didn't do. Many times I can't remember the stuff I did do. That's why I got to go through my account 5 times a day to make sure I didn't miss something. All right. There you have it, everybody. Folks, listen. Get the clock, don't get the clock. It's up to you. You're going to start seeing some emails and things come out on it. We will stop the emails once they're all gone, right? Or when it hits the end of our campaign date, whatever comes first. So if you're interested, awesome. If you're not, awesome, right? Take advantage of it if you want. It's a discounted price that you're not going to get anywhere else. So, and I know we had at least a half a dozen go here already today. So that's just the people that said they picked them up. All right. So with that, make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. Take care, everybody. I will see you at our next update. All right. Bye for now.